I really want to congratulate the way for the two reports which have been launched, specifically when we talk about, as we all know, that of course Pakistan is an agricultural land, agriculture country, but the challenges we have been facing because of the climate, and in that way, if someone is coming up with a great work on agriculture, the research, and specifically when the report is about the seeds and how the report which is called being seed security prototype, I really want to congratulate, and I think this is the most important thing, because right now the Pakistan and other nearby countries, those are facing these challenges when it comes, we all know the way crop has been, because of the climate change, the time and the heat waves and so many things. We all know that the challenges which farmers are facing, in that way how we can come up with the solution kits. And I think in that way, if something is coming, that means a lot. And we are looking forward for more. And as we already everybody came across to know that we are working as a partners, I think that can be a more great way forward. When it comes to, we all know that Pakistan is one of the countries who's facing lots of challenges, lots of, although we call the vulnerable country, but at the same time, very proudly, I always say that we are a resilience nation. As we know that, yes, of course, we are on a number where Pakistan is before that it was in top 10 and then top 5 vulnerable countries. And other than that, every day is another challenge. And in that, the way Pakistan is moving forward and working very hardly, and I really want to congratulate NDMA as well and all our PDMAs, that how they're working, and that in that spirit, how we're trying to face those challenges and try to work. But when it comes to rescue, I believe, and I really want, and I want to request to all those who are working over here, that we need to come more forward, that we don't need to, we should educate our people and aware our community, not for the rescue, but before time to be prepared. Like early warning mechanism, which is, I really proudly want to share, and we globally shared with the world that how our NDMA and PDMAs are working, and how early warning mechanism is very much been into it, and how we are prepared for those things. So, we try to work before time and early to not only to guide the people to rescue, but before that, I really want to share that the Pakistan Ministry of Climate Change, under the leadership of the Honorable Prime Minister, the Recharge program, which has been launched, which is also a very success, that how we can, that disasters, how we can handle and how we can take the use of those, if it's water, and how we can work in that way. So there are a few things in which we are working, and of course, if we talk, because I know everybody talked over here about the vulnerabilities. But that is something which is, of course, very much there. But now this is moreover a time that from those vulnerabilities, how we have to bring those vulnerabilities to our strength, and how we have to make the solutions for Pakistan, how we have to move forward for the success, and how we need to talk about more for our climate justice. As this is a humanitarian forum, I really want to urge to all the human rights associations and organizations that the climate change is the biggest human right issue. Why? Because we all know everyone is suffering from that. Either it's heat wave, either it's floods, either it's disasters, either it's glacier melting, and who suffered more. And in that way, we need to educate, which I was listening to the worthy panelists, that's the way they were talking about. The most key component is the local communities. How we can strengthen them. But the biggest challenge is that every day, we all know that floods came in 2022. Pakistan faced the worst floods. And in those floods, our women, our girls, our adolescent families were being into the great disasters. They faced so many challenges, but what? The woman of my country, my land, is so strong that no matter what, she stood up, she gathered a little soil to make a stove, to cook food or do something to their children. So we all belong to that nation, but the mental health traumas, the challenges which they face, the problems they go through, that is also the biggest human right issue. Like the developed countries, the way they work, they talk about like, this need to be done. Like if we talk about the NDCs, the developing countries have been get lots of pressure for the NDCs. But what about the developed countries? What they have done so far, the pledges they have made for these countries, how far they've got the success into that? What pledges they have done, they made, like who is going to ask them? So this is something, a question, and I really want to take an opportunity and advantage of the presence of one of the panelists who is the regional head. I must say that we need to sit and talk on the regional basis, because the biggest solution which I feel is like, and of course I would really like to request all the forums who are sitting over here, all the think tanks, researchers, that the regional solutions needs to be done. We, rather than looking towards the developed countries, where they dragged the situations for the developing countries, where they put them into the pain, where they put us like to do this, and they just, show the map that, okay, we are going to give you this. Like if we think about the COP in which the 300 figure, before that it was been 250, and I would really proudly want to share that the Minister of the Egypt and from Pakistan, we tried our level best and we had a huge arguments in that, and the number was being raised towards 300. But what about that money? That money is being promised for, not for today, that is being promised for 2035. तब तक हम भूखे मरते रहें, तब तक हम इंतज़ार करते रहें कि कब आप आएंगे और हमें हमारे मसलों का हल करेंगे. So this is the thing कि जिसके लिए हमें देखना है, हमें सबको बैठना है मिलके कि हम कैसे मिल बैठकर, developing countries, they need to sit together now. And the regional solutions, why regional solutions? Because हमारे regions के अंदर issue challenges same हैं. और बाज़ औक़ात ये कि देखें जब पाकिस्तान में floods थे, at the same time, Africa was suffering from droughts. So how we can support the developing countries, can support each other, हम कैसे एक दूसरे को फ़ायदा दे सकते हैं, हम कैसे जैसे लाइक मुख्तलिफ जो तरक्याती ममालिक हैं, उन्होंने जिस तरह अपने फोरम्स बनाए और उन फोरम्स के तहत वो अपने लाइक माइंडेड कंट्रीज़ को फ़ायदा देते हैं, और फिर उसके बाद पाबंदियाँ लगाई जाती हैं डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज़ के ऊपर जिनको इकोनॉमी के जो चैलेंजेस हैं वो ऑलरेडी हम लोग सफ़र करते हैं. सो पाकिस्तान जैसा मुल्क जो कि एक डेफिनेटली खुददार मुल्क है, हम लोग एक रेजिलियंस नेशन है, हम लोग जो कर्ज का पैसा है उससे अपने मुल्क के लोगों को बचाने के लिए काम कर रहे हैं. सो isn't it the job of the developed countries, जिनकी वजह से तमाम तर जो ममालिक जो सफ़र कर रहे हैं, they are moreover the answerable, but that can only be done अगर हम लोग साथ बैठकर जो रीजनल सॉल्यूशंस हैं वो करेंगे. और उसी तरह से जो जिस तरह का फ्रेमवर्क है, फाइनेंसेस है, अगर हम जब फाइनेंस की बात करते हैं, वी ऑल नो दैट द फाइनेंस इज लाइक द फंडिंग इज इन द ट्रिलियंस, बट द एक्सेस टू दैट फंडिंग इज वेरी क्रिटिकल, क्योंकि उन तक जो रीच है वो पॉसिबल नहीं होती हमारे डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज़ के लिए, बिकॉज ऑफ कोर्स वी हैव टू गो थ्रू विद सो मेनी चैलेंजेस एंड द फ्रेमवर्क. उसको कैसे इजी एक्सेस जो है उसको किया जा सकता है, और उसके लिए फिर वही बात आती है, जब तक ये तमाम तर लोग इकट्ठे नहीं हम होंगे तब तक थिंग्स विल नॉट गोना वर्क.